Tonight, we're seeing brand new video showing the massive scope of destruction at the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock on this Saturday night. I'm Rachel Cole. Governor Katie Hobbs toured the damage from the Dragon Bravo fire, and 12 News journalist Kyle Simchuk was on board the helicopter. He takes us inside the fire zone and the state's response efforts.
It's just before 8 in the morning when we buckle into a Black Hawk helicopter and take off from the Arizona Army National Guard base at Papago Park. 30 minutes into our flight, the landscape shifts from desert to forest, and we land at the Flagstaff Airport. We're here to refuel and pick up Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs. She's invited us on this flight to the north rim of the Grand Canyon to survey the damage from the Dragon Bravo fire, which has scorched more than 11,000 acres since it began burning July 4th.
It's so devastating as a lifelong Arizonan. It just is a reminder of the shared stewardship we have of this land and this iconic treasure of the Grand Canyon.
The pilots circle over what's left of the historic Grand Canyon Lodge, a place visitors from around the globe have fond memories of.
It just gives you a perspective of how devastating this fire has been and has the potential to be.
After flying around the north rim, we head further north and land in a meadow near the DeMott campground. A caravan of cars are waiting to take us to the Dragon Bravo Incident Command Post, also known as Fire Camp. Right now, there's a little more than 700 people at this Incident Command Post for the Dragon Bravo fire. We're about 20 miles north of the lodge that burned down, and here it's like a small city. You have a chainsaw repair shop, a place where fire crews can have meals, and even an HR and finance department.
You don't think about all the logistics that go into managing an incident like that, and this is a lot. And the fact that it could be deployed so quickly tells you that we have, experienced folks on the ground.
Firefighters here are well fed, between 6,000 and 8,000 calories a day. Many are working 12-hour shifts.
All efforts right now are in getting this fire under control. Folks are already looking at recovery. Those things are important. We have to learn from what might have happened that went wrong, that destroyed these structures, and how we can do better in the future.
Governor Hobbs has called for an investigation into the fire, which started by lightning. It was initially treated as a controlled burn, but soon spread out of control.
I'm not an expert, and I'm not second-guessing anyone's choices.
Governor Hobbs thanked firefighters and held a closed-door meeting with fire officials before heading back to the valley Saturday afternoon. Next week, she's in Washington, D.C., meeting with U.S. Forest Service leaders and the Secretary of the Interior.
We're going to do everything we can to help support managing this fire and then get to rebuilding.
From the Grand Canyon, Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.
Kyle, great reporting. And at last check, the Dragon Bravo fire was just 2% contained. We'll keep our eyes on that one. Meantime, the White Sage fire is another one burning here in Arizona. It's about 35 miles away from the Dragon Bravo fire. Crews now have it about 27% contained, in part thanks to some rain in that area. This is the much larger of the two fires with more than 58,000 acres burned. And for the latest on fire conditions and wildfires we're tracking for you, download the 12 News app. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen, and it'll take you straight to our wildfire coverage page. And Chris, you're calling for more comfortable temperatures for us here as far as July is concerned, but what should crews be planning for as the rest of the weekend is concerned?
Yeah, they will be experiencing slightly cooler temperatures in northern Arizona and scattered showers and thunderstorms for the next couple of days. Temperatures around here quite comfortable for July standards. 100 is our forecast high for tomorrow. Some extra clouds will kind of protect us from the intense sunshine, and only 103 on Monday and Tuesday. We were 107 today, just a touch above normal, which is 106 now. That makes 59 days so far this year of 100 degrees plus. The average to date is 52 days, only about another 50 days to go for 2025. On average, we get about 111 or so days at or above 100 degrees. I want to show you the close-up of the satellite radar. There's a big batch of showers and thunderstorms over southeastern Arizona where they've had a lot of action. That's going to send in the clouds for tomorrow, but also some little outflows have kicked up some isolated little sprinkly showers near Casa Grande, also Coolidge and Florence and Santan Valley and Santan Mountain. So don't be surprised if you have a couple of little raindrops on the windshield. For tomorrow, most of the action is here, southeastern western Arizona, the rim of the White Mountains, and northern Arizona helping out with that firefight effort. Only a 1 on the monsoon meter for the valley tomorrow. The rest of the 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
We have what looks like one single vehicle into a crowd of people. Unknown number of patients. Unknown if there is a physical rescue problem.
A rough count here, I've had at least 15 patients in various states of injury.
Yeah, you're hearing a call from an emergency incident there. At least 30 people were hurt after a suspect drove a car into a crowd in Los Angeles earlier this morning.
Officers arrived. The driver of that vehicle was pulled out and a physical altercation ensued where the bystanders were physically assaulting him. During that altercation, somebody produced a firearm and shot that driver of the vehicle. The driver was transported to a local hospital in unknown condition. The shooter in this situation is still outstanding, and we consider him armed and dangerous. Right now he's described as a male Hispanic, about 180 pounds, 5'9", wearing a blue jersey, and possibly carrying a silver revolver.
Police believe the driver involved in that incident was intoxicated, and there's no indication there was any other criminal intent or connection to terrorism. New at 10 o'clock, a 60-year-old is dead after a shooting involving deputies. This happened last night in Winkleman, which is about 90 minutes southeast of Phoenix. Deputies say they were working to find a suspect accused of sex crimes against children. When they found the suspect, they say he flashed a gun and, quote, chambered a round before he was shot. His name has not yet been released. That investigation is ongoing. 2 people are dead after an early morning crash that happened in the East Valley. It happened in Apache Junction near Ironwood Drive and Broadway. We're told by AJPD that the truck that the man and the woman were in crashed into a wall. You can see that damage there. Both passengers were rushed to the hospital but later died. Their names have not yet been released. That investigation remains ongoing this evening as well. And a deadly accident over in Scottsdale after a pedestrian is hit and killed. This happened near Scottsdale and Shea this morning. Authorities tell us the person who was hit wasn't in a crosswalk at the time of the crash. They also say the driver involved stayed on the scene and that speed and alcohol are not suspected to be factors in that crash. Take a look here at your screen tonight. Police are searching for these 2 suspects carrying those items. Phoenix police say in late May, a victim had 2 credit cards and his Costco card taken from his wallet while it was in a locker at LA Fitness and didn't realize it until his bank alerted him. In total, about $10,000 were spent. Investigators are asking anyone for help identifying these 2 men seen again in this video. If you have any information, call 480-WITNESS.